let's take a quick look at the deck that we will be playing with first of all today. That is Quasibirbicate. Or Quasibirbicate. That should actually be a B. Because, you know, if you're not playing memes, what are you doing? Quasibirbicate. So, the whole idea, in case you can't guess by the name alone, it involves birds. So, Murmuring Mystic. 3 and a blue for a 1/5 creature. It's a human wizard. So, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, you create a 1/1 blue bird illusion creature token with flying. So, naturally, we want to play a lot of spells. And we also want to make sure that we hit this as quick as possible. Because we're obviously going to be, with this kind of deck, we're going to be heavy on spells, but low on creatures. So, getting stuff like Anticipate, Opt, Chart a Course, Radical Idea, that kind of thing, and Discovery, in order to churn through our deck to find our Murmuring Mystic for turn 4. We really, really, really want Murmuring Mystic on turn 4. The rest of the deck is mostly stuff to either protect it or do some really dumb stuff. So we can protect them with 2 Dive Down, 2 Spell Pierce. They're also really good for getting Spell Pierce, really good for getting rid of like Conclave Tribunal, that kind of thing, in order to again protect the Mystic, or to stop things like Experimental Frenzy or History of Benalia, that kind of thing. Blink of an Eye is also good for this stuff, in order to get rid of those things. We have 4 of those in there, because if you really want to, later in the game you can kick it and draw another card. Anytime you've a Murmuring Mystic out, remember we're making birds. We have 2 Mirror Image. This is to allow us to enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature that we control. So, we want more Murmuring Mystics. We want as many Murmuring Mystics as we can get in order to flood the board with birds, basically. We have 2 Sailor of Means because it's effectively 2 mana for this, because you get a treasure back. Sure, it requires you to pay 3 at the time. You get 1 back. It might help you ramp a little bit as well if you're short of land in order to get into Murmuring Mystic on the next turn. Doc Lobster, welcome along. Good to have you here. We are just talking about Quasibirbicate. Then we have 2 Uncomfortable Chill, because this has actually been really growing on me. This card has been way higher in my stock now over the last few days when I've been testing with it. It's particularly against like token decks and stuff, because yeah, sure, they'll buff them all by like +1/+1 with a Banalish Marshal or something, but then they basically do no damage, which is great. Now, here's the key. Here's the key to make this deck truly ridiculous. Quasi-duplicate. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. What you basically want to do is turn 4, Murmuring Mystic. Turn 5, Quasi-duplicate. That then makes that triggers the Murmuring Mystic, makes a bird, then makes a copy of the Murmuring Mystic, and then you can jumpstart it. So when you jumpstart Quasi-duplicate, targeting another one, you will get 2 birds and another Murmuring Mystic, and then whenever you cast a spell, you'll get 3 birds. It starts to spiral out of control. This is the entire idea of the deck. It is not designed to be good, it's designed to be freaking stupid. It's also incredibly cheap. I believe, if I am not mistaken, I've designed this for best of 1, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. This is the only rare in the deck. After that, 4 uncommons here, 4 uncommons here. This is common, common, 2 uncommons, common, common, uncommons, commons. It's nearly all commons, in fact. Nearly every single thing is commons. There are a few uncommons, and then the 1 rare in Quasi-duplicate. No mythic rare wildcards are needed at all for this deck. And then 19 lands, because we just draw so many cards. 19 is actually enough, despite us wanting to guarantee getting to turn 4 for the most part. I mean, if you can't get there with 4 opts, Anticipates, Chart a Course, Radical Idea, you're doing it wrong, basically. So, what we're going to do is we are going to play through a few games with this. If anybody's watching at the moment and would like to play with me live on stream, as long as you follow to the Twitch channel here, all you have to do is just let me know in chat and we'll set up a game. But what we're going to do is we're going to play some Quasibirbicate. We're just going to do some friendly matches for now, because it's not exactly a competitive deck. It is, again, designed to be silly and a bit fun, but it's interesting. It's very interesting. If anybody else here as well has played in the last day or so, you'll have noticed the update. Things look a little bit different. Mostly to do with the down the bottom right here, which is what Jank is supposed to be. Silly and fun. Apocalypse. What a way to enter the chat. What a way to enter. Welcome along. Look, I'm gonna be honest. 2 islands and then basically 4 anticipates and a blink. I mean, we'll find something we want, right? We'll find something. Our opponent goes first. We even got an extra card out of the deal. This works. This works. I can't say I'm super hyped about the update. Can't say I'm super hyped about it, but you know. One other thing that the discovery is good for, by the way, in case I actually didn't point it out. Gotta say hello to our opponent. Ooh, we might have a hard time here. They might burst out the door. So the discovery dispersal, when you surveil to, we can just throw the Quasibirbicate in the yard and get extra stuff. Seems to run slower. That might just be me. I'm inclined to kind of agree with you on that one. I feel like Blink of an Eye is going to be a critical card in this. I want to bin this because I need to make sure I get my 4th land in order to play this on turn. Elf Ball. Yeah, it's Elf Ball. I think you might be correct, Apocalypse. I think it does run a little bit slower. I do kind of like the way this little thing. I think this looks slightly different. I know around here is completely different. Like these things are much less standout. Which I don't know. I don't know how to feel about them personally. I think I'm just gonna pass here because nearly this entire, with the exception of Quasibirbicate and Charter Course, the whole deck is at instant speed. So. Yeah, we're having a bad time here, guys. This was a horrendous start. What do I want to take here? I think I want to take a mirror image because it's essentially just going to be cheaper. Okay, what we need to do is we need to Murmuring Mystic this turn. We then unfortunately have to take a beating from a Carnage Siren, which is not going to be so great. What is this? Okay, that's nice. That's nice. I mean, there's no blocks that are possible here. We actually cannot win. I believe that we. Wow, what a start. It's a shame that we're just not very interactive as a deck. Can we do anything here? I mean, we can bounce the prodigious growth, but what does that do? Okay. I think I have a plan. Bear with me on this. Metamorphic might not be a bad idea. Indeed. Yep. I think you might be right on that. Okay, now that is much harder to actually deal with at this point because we have to not die to this. Oh my god! What is this? Sure. Okay. No, we're not doing kicker. No. Hang on. I'm gonna bounce the prodigious growth. Make a bird. We are then going to opt. I'll take that. Opt. I really don't think this is gonna work, but it's an attempt, right? That's gonna left forward through. We have to block with everything. Oh, we're so dead. Land's leaving. Welcome along. Welcome to the yeah. We are dead. We are super dead. That, to be fair, that was an explosive start. They played a Galta and Gigantosaurus on the same turn. That was what, like turn 5, 6, thereabouts. But to everybody that's popped along in the last little while, welcome. I'm getting wrecked. Welcome to the Jank Tank. I am Syvantir, if you don't know me already, and I am playing some Quasibirbicate. So if you are a fan of birds or birbs in general, you might like this deck. Also, if you like really dumb janky stuff, as long as you're a follower of the channel, you can throw down in the chat that you would like to play a game with me live on stream, and I'll play in the queue. Yeah, this hand seems fine. If anybody missed the deck check, we're essentially looking to get to 4 mana as soon as possible, play Murmuring Mystic, and then just play a million spells to make some birds. So, what have we got? We've got a Reliquary Tower and an Ajani's Welcome in the same deck seems really weird. Our best friend here now is the fact that they don't have Trample. I think I want a Discovery here. You know what? Sailor's actually okay. Sailor's actually okay, because even if we don't hit our next land drop after the island here, it'll give us a treasure, which means we can guarantee Mystic on 4. Sailor of Memes, by the way. Sailor of Memes is actually a... this is a fantastic combo. Yep. Sailor of Memes is a fantastic blocker. A fantastic blocker. Not against a 6/6, but you know, whatever. So, yeah, we will ship it on back to our opponent. We will watch as they slam with a 6/6. I could really do with a land here, though. Be perfectly honest. If we get a land, yeah, if we get a land, then we'll be able to Murmuring Mystic and then maybe cast Dive Down or something in order to get a. Oh boy. Boy, they're getting a bit aggressive with the Conclave Tribunals. I mean, I personally wouldn't have used it there. I just would have turned the Pride Mate into the Abyss, but I guess that works. I guess that works, yeah. Yep. You got it. This is very interesting. Yeah, that was really heavy. It was really heavy. This is our only play right now. Back for blue. Interesting new treasure concept here. I didn't actually see that yet. That's pretty cool. So how's everybody doing today? Everybody having a good Friday? Looking forward to a nice chill weekend, hopefully. Jesus, what is this? Yeah, we're not winning this one, guys. Wow. There's that land we were hoping for. You know what? We can actually survive another turn. I think. Can we? No. No, we need one more mana. No, okay, we're dead. You know what? I think the problem was I didn't say hello to my opponent. I think that's key. That is key for winning games. You got to make sure you say hello. Okay, let's run it back and see what we can do. It's not a great start for the deck, but we'll hold up hope. Let's wait for a minute. He died again. It's kind of what happens when you have a deck that that very much is not interactive and wants to get to a 4-drop. Hopefully ASAP. Yeah, sure, we'll keep it. Hopefully we'll play a little bit of a more fair deck now, maybe. 0 birds in hand. Well, no. So look, we can dig about 5 million cards. We can roughly deck ourselves with the amount of card draw we have here. Ah, our opponent's on the bird plant. Yeah, I'll opt. I'll take a land. Seems decent. Ah, look. Land's leaving. Never punished. Never punished. Now I just need to make sure I... Actually, to be fair, this hand is actually really good, because next turn we can Sailor Means and then get the treasure off it, so even if we don't get our land, we are pretty golden. We're pretty golden. Yep. I think I'm gonna Radical Idea here. That's not a big deal. This is a nice booty. Nice booty guy. This is actually starting to see play as a 2-of in a Jeskai control list, along with treasure maps. Because he's a great blocker. As much as he was joked about, he is actually a fantastic blocker. Here's to hope that we do not have an opponent with a tribunal. Even if they do, it's probably fine. What we don't want to see here is like an Ajani's Pride Mate. I'm very happy with the fact that they passed the turn there. Very happy indeed. I'm going to anticipate. I'd like to find another land if possible. Or a Quasibirbicate. That would be good too. I think I'm going to ship it on back. Do I feel the need to attack in yet? Yeah, probably. Let's start getting some damage in. I mean, they could seal away here. Okay. In which case, we're going to cast an Anticipate. Hope to hit a dive down. No. No such luck. No such luck. That is okay though. I'm gonna take a Quasibirbicate. And I'll let that resolve. To be fair, that was a little bit reckless of me. A little bit reckless. We normally wouldn't want to put our birdmen at risk. We do have 2 more at a Quasibirbicate hand though, so I'm not too concerned. If they want to trade their board here, I am okay with that. I was really hoping they would do that. That is a nice draw because we could do this. This is sweet. Now we're getting somewhere. Take it. You got it. Birds OP, guys. Birds OP. All right. Quasibirbicate. Sounds like a rejected Pokemon. Sounds like a rejected Pokemon, it sounds like they sort of put it onto the drawing board and left it there. And they just left it there, yeah. That's how it feels anyway. That's how it feels. Okay, let's see. Card draw. Birds. Yeah, that's fine. And you notice that as well. Like I always say, you gotta say hello to your opponent. You gotta let them know you're human, especially when you play degenerate decks like this. The one time we said hello to our opponent, we won the game. Coincidence? I think not. Ooh, we're against a fast boy. If they're playing goblins, this will be good, I think. A lot of them are like 1 toughness, so it'd be handy enough. That, no. I don't think so, my friend. Against Mentor, these are very good. I am, however, gonna skip it. Well, that's definitely going in the bin. I think I need to bin it. Oh boy. Oh boy, where are the lands? Well, I mean, we still have another turn to... I would say to guarantee a land, I'd probably anticipate in this coming turn. Okay, probably Boros Challenger or something, maybe. Okay, this is okay. This is okay. What would I like to do here? I'm gonna pass it on over. And I think I want... yeah, they're gonna attack. They seem to be a little low on doing anything right now, which I'm kind of okay with. I really want to guarantee a Murmuring Mystic on turn 4, so I think I'm gonna anticipate end of turn here. Yeah, it resolves. Yeah, take a land. And another one. That works okay, I guess. Sorta. Okay. They're gonna pump this before combat. Make this a big buoy. You know what, I don't feel under pressure here, so I'm inclined to just let this by. Because I'm very close to setting up a heckin' load of blockers here. Okay. That's okay. Okay, so what do we do? The mirror image. Let's make a copy. And then here, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna blink of an eye one of their guys this turn. And then I'll just have like random blockers. No attacks yet. These are kind of our combo pieces, so for the most part, I mean, like last game, I think I punted by attacking in. So yeah, I think a blink of an eye is going to come along this turn. Yep, that is fine. They're going to attack in. They're going to mentor a dude. I'm okay with that part. But I will, however, blink now. Kill the banner out so they can't mentor anymore. I know it'll take a bunch of birds in order to stop these guys with the first strike, but at this point I am okay with this. I feel like they're relying very heavily on this banneret. Yeah, they really don't want that banneret dead. Which means we have to kill that banneret. I am going to cast Charticus. Draw 2, discard Royal Idea. Fair. I think now's a good time to set up a third one. I'm not really fearing any sweepers here, so I think we're setting up very well for next turn. Next turn we can make 9 birds if we want. Unless we draw a Quasibiricate, in which case, let's get crazy. We will definitely get crazy. Conclave Tribunal's a thing, yeah. They're gonna be sad when we link of an eye that though. Oh, they're not gonna enjoy this. Yes, fantastic. Fantastic. Very happy. Very happy with that. That was cool. Nice rewards. Nice rewards. Play 25 lands. We're not far off. We're not far off. We might even get it in this next game. To anybody that's popped along, welcome to the Jank Tank. We're having a nice calm Friday here. Chilling out. Playing a couple of games of Quasibirbicate. We will see how we go against Arno. This hand seems great. This hand seems very good indeed. Hello, opponent. How you doing? Yeah, I actually quite like the design around here, the air and stuff. Alright. Let's get this out. Pass it on back. Yeah, that's the card I hate to see. I know this is a very casual card. Well, I mean, it can really get a beating down when it wants to. Honestly, I actually think I'm just passing. There have been times when they tried to play like a non-creature spell with only the 2 lands, and then find that they get spell pierce and they get blown out. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spell pierce this, because if they want to tap out for their entire turn, I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly fine with taxing them for this 1 card. And yeah, if they decide not to, oh, they must have had the mana available and just chose to. I don't know what happened there. I mean, I'll take the win. I will take the win. Oh god, that was a bit weird. Bit weird indeed. Yeah, I've noticed the matchmaking's taking a little bit longer. In general. I mean, I know that doesn't really bother me too much because, you know me, I've absolutely no problem in talking constantly. But, let's see. Yeah, we've a guaranteed way of getting to Murmuring Mystic on turn 4, so yeah, let's keep. Say hello to our opponents. In a way, this is a bit of a meme deck, because we got Sailor of Memes and we got Birbs. I mean, the only things we're gonna be missing then is like, I don't know, lolcats. Is that a thing? Is that still a thing? I don't know. Aerocalypse, got a deck to test out, eh? Did you just happen to build a deck that's like mono sweepers deck? Is that what this is? Sailor of Memes. Sailor of Memes. This deck is unbelievably weak to sweepers, but sometimes you can clinch one with sometimes you can clinch one with the spell pierce, which is very nice. This is is this a knight? This is a knight. What is this? Yeah, I'm gonna have to find a way to beat that. It doesn't give a trample or menace, so it's actually kind of fine. And you know what? That actually feels okay too. It feels okay. We're not going to attack with anything. Just going to pass it on back. This does take a little bit to set up, for sure. It does take a little bit to set up. So, are you kidding me? What is this deck? Knights and Phoenixes? I don't understand. I don't get the link. I don't get the link. Okay. You want birds? More birbs? More birbs. Well, we should hopefully get more birbs this turn. Berbering Mystic. I'm okay with not attacking with anything, and I'm okay with taking a hit from the Phoenix, even if it does end up with this big dumb thing on it. Because... what are they doing? What does this do? I mean, okay. This is such a weird deck. I'd rather hold the Spell Pierce for something more impactful, I guess. Like if they try to Conclave Tribune or something here, it'd be pretty good. Yeah, passive damage. Yeah, pass turn. Okay. I wouldn't mind getting a land here, and what I think I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to Discovery first. Discovery is generally the better card. And here's why. I want to put that in the bin. Do I want to take this? Probably. Yeah, it's probably fine. Yeah, I'll draw 2 discard. Discard Quasibirbicate. Land for the turn. And pass it on back. This is kind of burb is the word. This is very much the kind of deck where you just don't want to attack for a long time, which does leave you susceptible to sweepers. Granted, that is very fair. That's a surprising card and a huge pain. We've no way of dealing with that. We can blink it. We can certainly blink it. Very irritating though. I'm okay with sticking one poor little burb under the big burb bus. There is a reason why I'm keeping this treasure, by the way, in case anyone's wondering. If I get another discovery, I can dispersal and get rid of this. That's why I'm not casting anything off of it. Okay, so I would like to anticipate. I will take a discovery. I will hold it for another turn until they are out of cards in hand. And then when I dispersal, it'll bounce back to Sarah's Guardian and they'll be forced to discard. I think I'm going to Quasi-duplicate a Murmur Mystic. I'm going to discard a Life Idea. I know that leaves us open to return, but I think we have enough blockers and stuff now that if we want to, we can actually just kill the Sarah's Guardian. Then we'll be able to bounce and discard this instead. Which seems okay to me. Yeah, Sailor Memes has really been working out to be a much better card than I gave it credit for. Much better than I gave it credit for. You want to equip that to this big boy, eh? I mean, sure. Why not? Why not? doesn't give a trample, so I'm kind of okay with it. Now, I'm aware that this could potentially be a buff because, like, God knows what they're playing. God knows what they're playing. But I think, like, these are so easily replaceable. I think it's worth sticking a few under this. This makes me feel like there is some sort of buff coming, so... This kind of guarantees a +1/+1 boost out of the way. You know what? Stick that one there. Minimize the damage. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. This sword is actually going to be a bit of a pain here. This is an absolute bird massacre here, guys. But at the same time, we kind of end up a bit alright in this trade here. Eventually, we'll get to a point where we'll be making so many birds that they just actually can't keep up, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool overall. I'm still gonna hold on to that treasure for Discovery Dispersal, but what do I want to do here? Do I just want to Quasi-duplicate another? I'm okay with getting rid of Comfortable Chill, to be honest. It's not hugely impactful here. Discard this. It's vital that we have protection for these things, because if we get blown out by any of these things, we are in trouble. You know what? To be honest, I think it's probably not a bad idea to maybe just cast Discovery, because at this rate I'll end up with 4 birds off of it alone. You know what? No, I'll leave it for now. I'll leave it for now. We don't know what the opponent's gonna pop out with, so we'll wait for now. It is a little bit of a slow roll deck when it comes against grindy cards like that. That's annoying. This feels very noobish because of the amount of life gain and random cards. I'm actually okay with throwing some of these guys under here because the chances of me getting blown out from this is very slim. Because if they go to pump it now, I can Spell Pierce, so... yeah, like they're basically just losing their board every turn, which I'm kind of okay with. Yeah, I'm gonna Spell Pierce that. Pretty funny. It's pretty funny. We're gonna end up with some... They just realized how like locked up it is. Alright, we got it, guys. We got the bird lock. You heard it here first. Bird lock. Apocalypse, if you said you have a deck ready to go, I'm happy to jump in and play a game if you'd like. Also, I have 2 decks decided upon for Sunday's chill stream. We are going to be playing 2 modern decks. One that I am actually currently, as soon as I saw it, I fell in love with it. Absolutely fell in love with it, and I'm now going to great lengths to try and complete it in paper as quick as possible. It's called Blue Steel. It's a mono blue, hyper synergistic artifact based deck. I'll be running through it on Sunday. I'm probably talking about it between now and then anyway. But also, we're going to be playing my own... I just stole it from MTG Goldfish. Okay. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm game. If you're good to go, I'm good to go. The other one I'm super hyped about because I've managed to. I found a 2-card combo. I found a 2-card combo, and I've basically built the deck around this, and it is so cool. It's called. I've named the deck Possibility Curse, and it's insane. So, for anybody that doesn't know, it's a prison deck. Okay, it's a red-white prison deck. Excuse me. And the idea behind it is you play Possibility Storm, which is 3 red for an enchantment, and whenever a player casts a spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal a card that shares a type with it. You may then cast that, very important, cast that card without paying its mana cost. The other piece of the lock is an aura called Curse of Exhaustion. An enchanted player can't cast more than 1 spell per turn. So what happens is, whenever you try to cast, if you have both those out on the field and the Aura of Exhaustion is targeting you, whenever you cast a spell, that spell gets exiled, so it doesn't happen, but it still counts as being cast. It just doesn't resolve, it gets exiled. And then you reveal cards from the top, and then the next, say, like if you cast a sorcery, that sorcery gets exiled, you don't get to cast it. However, you then get to flip cards until you find another one, and you may cast it. However, Curse of Exhaustion says that you cannot cast another spell, because you've already technically cast one, which means that it locks your hand permanently. Like, unless you have a way on the battlefield of taking care of one of those 2 enchantments, you cannot do anything. I'm very excited about it. It's degenerate as all hell, but I think it's worth trying. That's what we're going to be doing for Sunday's stream. We're going to be going through that. Hello, Ty. All right. Oh, please don't tell me you're playing like Elf Ball or something as well, eh? Sure. We will survive. Quasibirbicate can go in the bin. I'll take a discovery. I'm not doing anything next turn, so I can easily cast it, and it'll allow us to dig at least 2 cards further, so I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. Okay. Okay, this is like Abzan value. Okay. Hey, Abzan value is a thing, and it's cool. Am I okay with this? I think I am. I think I'm gonna draw them like this. No, actually, I don't need this. I don't need this. I can go in the bin. This seems okay. Ah, Abzan Explorer. Abzan Explorer. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. This is interesting. I can't remember how much removal this deck has. I don't think it's a lot. I don't think it's a lot, but you've definitely got some. You've definitely got some. No doubt about that. This deck does have a hard time against more removal heavy decks. That's for certain. Oh boy. Okay, turns out Abzan Explorer is also mono removal deck. Jeez, we can't do anything here. Yeah, not feeling this one. Not feeling this one. Three explorers seems real dumb. Yep. 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 I'm gonna go. then Rampart, yes. Ah, this is unfortunate. This is very unfortunate. I guess we can discovery. What's our best line here? We could opt and uncomfortable chill in the same turn, or I think we need to get rid of both. Actually, we need to find a Birdman. Okay. Yeah, this does not feel great. This is looking pretty rough. Now, if the top card here is a Birdman, then we're kind of okay. I think we have to bounce this with kicker. It's our best chance of drawing into one. They're currently 2 dead, so I mean the chances of getting in there is not very high. That's insanely good against this deck. It's like the one card we don't ever want to see resolve against this deck. Oh boy. This is just threat after threat after threat. This is pretty rough. However, this is quite interesting. We do get to protect ourselves quite well here. That's not actually a bad protection plan here at all. That's decent. That's pretty decent. Sailor Memes! Secretly an insane card. This is now actually seeing play. They're now called Jeskai Treasure. It is basically Jeskai Control, except it runs 4 treasure maps, more like Niv and stuff mainboard, but it also runs 2 or 3 Sailor Memes, because it turns out a 1/4 is just great. 1/4 is just great, especially when it technically costs 2. Or even, like, it either costs 2 and allows you to do something else that turn, like an opt or something like this, or it ramps you on the next turn so that you could put Teferi out a turn early or whatever you want. It's insane. Going turn 3 Sailor of Means into turn 4 Teferi and having that as a blocker to protect him. Oh, that is good. That is good. This Wild Growth Walker is going to be the biggest pain. Yeah. Yep. You got it. Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, Explorer up the wazoo here, more like. Well, as a friend of mine once said, always had it. Now, let's see what you can do. Oh boy. I'm feeling very vulnerable here. Yeah, okay. So, this poor bird's getting under this bad boy. I'm okay with a token dying to that. I'm gonna try and protect those guys if at all possible. None of those have trample or anything, right? No. Okay. And before pump spell. I don't feel like I'm screwed just yet. Yep. Okay. Just gonna become another big threat. Wait, you actually gonna blow up the treasure? Really? Okay. Yeah. Hey, I'm okay with having a having you have a dude that's not particularly big, but yeah. Sure. I personally had probably just gone to make it bigger, but I don't know your hand either, so could be anything. Could be anything. Yeah. No attacks anyway, that's for sure. To anybody that's come along recently, welcome along to the Jank Tank. I'm your host Syvantir. Today we are playing Quasibirbicate, and I'm playing a live game right now against the Rockalypse, one of our regulars and subscribers in the chat. And this is looking pretty heavy. This is now gonna explore like about 500 million times. Yep. You just leave that on top, these things are just gonna become monsters. Also, the size of this wild growth walker is quite worrying. Yeah. We've got so many creatures we need to contend with here. I feel like we are not going to be able to deal with this for much longer. We've currently got 3 Murmuring Aristics out thanks to Quasibirbicate, and it's looking ridiculous. Okay, kick it, baby. Yeah. Make some birdies. I mean, it's resilient. I'll give you that much. I'll give it that much. Unfortunately, some of these birds have got to get under the bus, though. One here, one here, one here, one here, one here. Actually, you know what? I'll take the bird off this one. Take the bird off this one. I'll put 2 of my best memers. 2 of my best memers. I think that's right. Did I block everyone there? I hope I did. This can also be called bird massacre because that's essentially what happens all the time. Just constant bird massacres. I feel like I want to fill the board here, like with as many things as possible, and I think Quasibirbicate is the card to use for that. Oh, this is so dumb. This is incredibly dumb. I honestly I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Like I can only kill so many things a turn. You know what? There's actually there's no chance of them getting decked in this. As long as they just keep the cards on top constantly, they will just forever have gas, and I will forever have problems. Yeah, explore 3 times. That's totally cool. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Oh, this is. Yeah, this is getting out of hand. This is getting very out of hand. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. They're at 57 life. How are we gonna do this? I'm gonna discard discard dive down. I mean, I've no reason to scoop just yet. I don't feel like I'm under a lot of threat here. Okay. I'm gonna Quasibirbicate this Murmuring Mystic by discarding this land. Now we have 5 Murmuring Mystics. I'm gonna go to combat. I'm gonna attack with this bad boy. Raid trigger, baby. Yep. So far, I see no reason to scoop. This is so dumb. Bet that. Yeah. That resolves, I guess. Yep, that resolves. Can I find a way out of this? I actually think I can. What was that about GG there, Rockalus? Something GG? I don't know. This deck works at instant speed. Oh boy. Yeah, that felt like a fair trade. That felt like a fair trade. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm gonna anticipate. By delay the inevitable, do you mean your death or mine? Because at this rate, it could be either of us. I don't know now. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh boy. You know, I'm okay to attack in with these 2 birds. This is so stupid. This is probably the stupidest deck I've ever played. Probably the stupidest deck I've ever played. Yep. This is so stupid. This is easily one of the stupidest games I've ever played. Easily. Someone was asking for more birds, yeah? This is insane. This is truly insane. This is so silly. Come on. Come on, Deck. Stop slowing down. Oh my god. This is becoming painful. Yeah, pass it over. Pass it over. Another fine finality, maybe? Oh jeez. I like at this rate I actually don't know who could possibly win here. Like what's the likelihood of anything actually happening here? Like I actually don't know who can win. This is just insane. This is insane. Turns out Murmuring Mystic and Quasibirbicate is an interesting combination of cards. It does help that I have 6 of them. It does definitely help that I have 6 of them. Okay. Let's see what we can do. Oh, this is insane. I mean, I know I could do these at instant speed and probably save myself from getting blown out horribly, but you know what? It's probably fine. Right? I've nearly decked myself, by the way. Just FYI. Can I hit all attacks and then pull some of the... Yeah, this is much easier. This is much easier. 27 attackers, go! Oh, do I have lethal next turn? Do I have lethal next turn? In before a board wipe. In before a board wipe and I'm just dead. Ah! I knew it! I knew it. Yep. Oh, one more turn. I knew I should have waited and done that at instant speed. Yeah, that was... Anybody subscribed, feel free to add a punt to the punt count there. That was a good game though, and really helped me. That really helped me showcase exactly what that deck wants to do. Anybody else that got to a point where they started seeing more than like 7 or 8, 9 birds a turn, they're just like, nah, I'm gonna scoop. I'm not bothered with this. I'm not gonna do this. Why? I'll just give me those cards. You know, very good game. That was hilarious. That was fantastic. I actually think they're really interestingly matched. Those two decks. Also, Abzan Explorer is pretty cool. I really like it. It is very cool. That was freaking nuts though. Like. Very good, very good. I'm gonna stick another another game on. I am somewhat intrigued by this. I'm aware that this is here. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this is the weekend draft. Brian Kibler, famous streamer, Kibler's Giant Monsters. So basically, what happens is whenever you cast a creature with CMC 4 or greater, you draw a card. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. You basically, I think some sort of like green-red monsters kind of deck will probably be really good in this. I think. I am going to be making a deck for this. Whether it will be to play tonight or on Sunday, I'm not quite sure yet. Both finalities in the hand at the same time. My God, that. I keep forgetting about the side of that card, and the thing is, I could have at instant speed there just made 10 birds and just totally blown you out, but I'd forgotten that. I just decided. I don't know why I decided to do it all in my main phase. I don't know why. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna add a punt there myself. Because I deserve that one. I definitely should have thought about another finality there. Yeah, I'm gonna stick a game in. I'm gonna see what the opponent has. I really like that Abzan Explore deck. I think it's just such good value out of it. I think it is really cool. It plays somewhat similarly to I suppose, in a way, to like Teamer Energy. It's just with the amount of value that you get from it. The reason I'm putting it down as a punt is because I did have the option to hold off, and that would have won me the game. Very likely won me the game. So I'm putting that down as a punt myself. This is fine. We can opt turn 1, Discovery turn 2, Sailor Means turn 3, Murmuring Mystic turn 4, and then Quasibirbicate it. It seems fine. Let's just stick it in order of what we're probably gonna do. It's probably gonna look something like this. Gotta say hello to our opponent. They're either pre-boarded Stompy or like a deck designed for best of 1, or they are Merfolk. Pre-boarded Stompy. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna be very concerned about Galtas here. Galta's gonna be exceptionally awkward to deal with. Blink and Eye's gonna be funny against Galta, I guess. So that's something anyway. That's something. I don't really fear losing the Mystic too much. I feel the Uncomfortable Chill won't be enough in this matchup. I do think I'll probably grab another Mystic though, because if they do run stuff like Rabbit Bite and everything, like if this isn't a fully powered list and they just have stuff like Rabbit Bite main board, I want to make sure that it's not something that I'm gonna get thrown out by. After all, I am keeping this hand on the strength of a single card, and if that one card goes, then I'm in a lot of trouble. So I'd rather have a backup just in case. I could see myself delaying the Mystic by a turn here. Can actually excuse me. I could see myself delaying the Mystic by a turn in order to guarantee land drops. Yeah, I'm gonna anticipate here. Oh boy, okay. And you know what I think is actually probably the right play here? I think we're gonna play another Sailor Needs. And now, that way we've got some nice blockers. We've got some very nice blockers here. 1/4s. Who knew they were so good? Screw that lady. Actually, to be honest, in this deck, it's actually fine. It's actually fine.
Every fight makes me stronger. Come to me.
You got this. Now, if we draw a land, we're in a pretty good spot. Because we can Mystic, land, and then get ready for an Anticipate in order to find our next stuff. Oh, but that looks like we're going to have to think differently about this. We might actually... Yeah, we'll play the Mystic this turn. Next turn, we could... I know there was an argument there for doing Anticipate, find a land, hopefully, and then if we do, we can play the Murmuring Mystic, but I wanted to guarantee it hitting the ground.
No one knows the wilds like I do.
And the way that we beat a Carnage Tyrant is we just put a pile of birds in front of it. So, is this actually just Elf Ball, only but with, like, more value stuff? Yeah. Okay, we got a land. This is a good start. So what's the best line here? Because we duplicate the Murmuring Mystic twice, take one hit from Carnage turn, and then the turn after we just go nuts. I think that's the play. Just crush Boros weenies. Yeah, that I say that deck would do well against it. All right, yeah, absolutely. I'll Quasi duplicate it again. Yeah, Asana Explorer is good. I mean, I would play it on here as one of the decks for for like the Jank tank, but my main kind of thing about it is that it's just
You can't stop nature.
it's not really janky. It's just a good deck. It's just properly good deck. Like, and it's surprisingly budget as well. Like, okay, yeah, you can go into the mana base and really go to town on it, in paper, but it seems fine. It seems fine. This board is starting to outclass ours, so hopefully this coming turn we will be able to change that. Galta actually does require you too much here. Funny enough. Do we just take a hit from this? I'm bouncing Galta next turn anyway, so I won't be too concerned about that. Just yet, not too concerned yet. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna stick it just yet. I know that's a heavy hit to take, but okay. What are our options here? If we play that land, we have access to 6 mana. We can bin 2 things to make 2 more Murmuring Mystics. We will make 7 things. I think if we quasi duplicate a Murmuring Mystic and then hold up the Blink of the Eye for Primal or for Galta here, you know what we could do? We could just play this Murmuring Mystic and then just cast Blink of an Eye, because then we have 2 quasi duplicates for next turn. I think that'll help show up the problem that we have, which is lacking in actual things that are greater than 1 power. One thing, by the way, that this deck like almost completely falls to is a Steel Leaf Champion, because none of our creatures can block anything.
Now we're getting started.
That's that's terrible. I think we've lost.
Nature brings your reckoning.
Yeah. Nature brings our reckoning, guys. Did you know? Is it vigilance as well? Vigilance as well. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we're dead, bro. I think we're dead. We don't want to pass the blockers yet. We want to bounce Galta. And the rares are on standard sideboard except for that. Yeah, it seems decent. It seems very decent. This, however, does not seem decent. None of this seems decent. This is, yeah, you know, actually, there's not a whole lot of point in doing this. They've all got Vigilance, Trample, and Indestructible. Like, something was gonna go through there. Online is $30. Yeah, like online, the some of the decks now are just really cheap. Like I was really impressed at the Boros Prison deck that I built. If you want, I can actually bring up the list here on stream, so that you can actually see it. Let me see if I can find it here now. I threw it together on MTG Goldfish, and it is slick. It is very slick, I gotta say. But one thing that like the reason that I'm talking about this now is because I was shocked at how cheap this was. This Possibility Curse deck is just so cheap. So, like, bear with me a moment here now. Okay, sweet. So I have it here. Let me just jump on over. Is this it? Yeah, here we go. Okay. So we have We have the things to sort of protect us and keep us alive. We have Gideon of the Trials. We have some Lightning Helix, a bit of damage. We could go to the Dome if we want, but it's mostly going to be clearing creatures out and keeping ourselves above water. Definitely Clarion because it's really good. It's a great combination with Gideon of the Trials. So you zero Gideon, make him a 4/4. You cast Deafening Clarion, activate both sides, make him into a 4/4 lifelinker that also happens to have indestructible, and wipe the board. And yeah, we've got Day of Judgment. This is a budget list, by the way. If this was not budget, I'd probably have like two Wrath of God, 1 Day of Judgment. The reason to have one of each is because Meddling Mage in humans. We've got Boros Signet and Mind Stone in order to like ramp up to the end game, the final pieces. We've got Ruined Halo. When our ETBs choose a card name, you have protection from the chosen name. So this is really, really good at shutting off particular things in our opponent's decks. So a good knowledge of the format is pretty good for this. Ghostly Prison, that's pretty standard. O-Ring, just universal removal, deals with planeswalkers, deals with enchantments, artifacts, you name it. Fat Paws, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome along to the Jank Tank. Good to have you here. Here we go. Here are the two parts: Possibility Storm and Curse of Exhaustion. So when player casts a spell, exile the spell. So it's not cast. You exile the spell. Flip cards from the top of your library until you find another card with the same type, and you may now cast that without paying its mana cost. However, Curse of Exhaustion, you enchant your opponent, and they can only cast one spell per turn. So when they cast it, when Possibility Storm goes off, that is the spell that they can cast this turn, but it gets exiled. So they then now cannot cast any more spells that turn. So as long as you basically wipe the board, they cannot cast any more stuff. That's essentially it. That's the lock. It's just those two pieces. And then you got a bunch of lands, you know, Rugged Prairie, to filter through to make sure you have the right mana when you need it, because there are double pips of both. Temple of Triumph, it is a bit of a kind of combo deck, so you do want to get that scry. Also, you've got no turn 1 play, so it's not a big deal. Sideboard, we just have a bunch. We got like Condemn, or you can use Path to Exile if you like. But I actually think I prefer Condemn because it doesn't give them a land. A lot of the time you don't want to give them land, so I actually think it's okay. Blessed Alliance because it deals with Bogles, deals with aggro, deals with a lot of stuff. Damping Sphere for the likes of Storm. Rest in Peace, that's a given. Stony Silence, that's a given. Timely Reinforcements, really, really, really good against burn. Ricochet Trap because we don't want to get our stuff countered, like ever. And then 2 Wear Tear to deal with any problem enchantments or artifacts. That's it. Online, $28. $28. I'm going to be trying this on Sunday. I have played 1 or 2 games with it so far, and it's worked okay. Also, one of our other finishes here, if their opponent just decides to not scoop, we have Chandra Torch of Defiance. So we've got that too. It seems good. It seems fun. It's really dumb. It's really, really dumb. So I'm looking forward to playing that on Sunday. I will bring up the Blue Steel list as well later on. The deck that I'm actually hoping to build in paper, that I'm actually working towards at the moment. I'm probably going to pronounce this incorrectly. Kaponce? Kapunk? I'm not aware of this name. But however, you're looking for a burb off. You're looking for a burb off, you say, Rockalypse. I'm good for a burb off. I am good for a burb off. Death and Taxes player, okay, yeah, fair. I think I said this yesterday. I have this weird thing for. I have this really weird thing for prison decks. I don't know what it is. Like I see them in action. I'm like, that's so cool. Not so much Lantern Control because that's actually just a really slow, sad deck. And so many people just refuse to scoop out of just hating the deck. I'm like, why would you refuse to scoop if you hate it? Why do you stay not playing Magic against it? You know. But if you're ready for a burb off, I'm happy to jump in. To anybody watching at the moment, welcome along to the Jank Tank. I am Syvantir, the host, and this is a nice chill place where we can hang out, have a bit of chat, and yeah, just play some silly games, play some silly decks, and just enjoy yourselves. If you're new here, you're very, very welcome. If you want to just sit back and have this on in the background while you work away, you're more than welcome. If you'd like to jump in the chat is usually quite nice, quite cool. We talk about whatever we want. And if you'd like to play a game with us live on stream, you're more than welcome to, as long as you follow to the chat. Just let me know. Follow to the channel. Just let me know in the chat, and I'll queue you up in a game. Currently, I'm playing against Arocalypse here, who is one of our moderators in the chat. And I'm gonna mulligan. I'm gonna guess I keep. Sure. I think you do win, Arocalypse. This is a. Oh, you won the hello. Okay, I get it now. When we play against each other, we like to make sure that we always say hello. Because it's nice. It's just generally nice. But now see, I was considering going blue-red with this and running Electromancers and then all of the weird funny cantrips, so that we could just turbo it out. I tried. It was a very rough build, but I tried it out, and it felt a bit lackluster to me. That's just me. I know you could be building this entirely differently, so you could also potentially just be piloting it better than I will. So that's an absolute, definitely likely thing that can happen. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. Yesterday, a standard showdown, I ended up bringing 1000 Year Storm. The very first match, the mirror match. Yeah, the mirror match. You heard it correctly. I played the mirror match. I was speechless. I don't know what happened there, but oh, okay. So you're going for I'm also trying to win the game here. Okay, that's fair. Oh, what a tempo play! This really feels like whoever goes first wins the game here, I think. This really feels like whoever goes first wins the game. I can't afford to not play it this turn. Oh boy, you might have the edge with this gutter snipe. Also, just having red in general is probably very, very, very good. Okay. Yeah. This is gonna get out of hand. Particularly that gutter snipe, to be perfectly honest. That gutter snipe is a bit egregious right now. No. You know what? That's actually okay. That is okay too. I knew you were probably going to be working on something to do with counters, because in the matchup here, like if both decks are the same, it's basically whoever gets birds first. So I was completely expecting. Spell pierce here. I'm gonna be super sad. You know what? I will try then. I will try this. I will try this. Your bird burn deck against machine gun burn, and we'll see how that goes. For definite, yeah. Yeah, this deck wins by attacking. Your deck wins by basically sitting there and yep, doing this. And another spell and you win. Well, yep. Yep, that was pretty rough. That was pretty rough. If you want a rematch, I'll happily do Machine Gun Burn against your Bird Burn. Assuming it's called Bird Burn. I've just named it that because I like the name. Bird Burn. Bird Burn. It's when you made it Jeskai? Funny enough, I was considering making it blue-white, and the reasoning for it is because you could use stuff like Revitalize, which will keep you alive and gain your life. So, Gutter Mystic. Fair, yeah, that's alright. Cool. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll play another game against you, but you want to test it against Machine Gun Burn if you like. Bring it on. Let's do it. Let's do it. Anybody watching at the moment, welcome along to the Jank. I'm now playing a bit of Machine Gun Burn. We were playing Quasibirbicate there for a little bit, but we are now playing. Well, to be honest, we're actually sort of just changing around a little bit. But overall, we're just playing some games, having a bit of fun. That's the main thing. So, if you would like to play a game, actually live with us on stream, all you have to do is just let me know down in the chat. As long as you are followed along to this here Twitch channel, you will be queued up next. And yeah, so we're just kicking it back. A few chill games. I like the sound off this guy. He sounds all Mr. Roboto. Is it for a simple reason? Killing things? You're just holding up an eye, nice, because I know you know that I have a gutter snipe, so I'm just gonna run away stupid instead. Blink of an eye, you say? That's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Yep. Constantly holding a counter, I reckon. I reckon that's what the plan is here. Constantly holding a counter. So I think... Okay. Yeah, let's do it. Goes well in his attacks that are mostly instants. Quite a lot of things. Phoenixes, drakes, etc. Phoenixes, yeah. Definitely phoenixes. Also goblin electromancers. They're good too. I was considering them for this. Well, this is gonna get out of freaking control when you see this. Oh boy, we are going to town. What have we got? 1,000-year storm. 1,000-year storm. What is this? I'm gonna Yep. I'm gonna do 1 damage to this. Oh, we are going off. We are going off. This is insane. Hang on. Oh my god, this is bonkers. This is probably the best. This is probably the best that this has ever done. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Oh man. I'll be honest, I was like I think that's the best that deck has ever functioned. I think that is the very best that deck has ever functioned. That is insane. Oh, that's insane. Oh my god. Steamkins, my god. I mean, I knew they were good in the deck, but I need a 4th one now. How many rares have I got? I'm adding another one to that deck. Wow. Wow. That was... Wow. Color me impressed. Absolutely. Color me impressed. I'm gonna... You know what? I'm gonna drop 1 Fire Urchin and I'm gonna go up a Steamkin because, oh my god. That was egregious. That was egregious. You didn't even have a chance to look for a man. You didn't have a chance for anything. That was insane. Wow. Wow. There's a very real chance that I'm going to be sleeving this up for next week. Consistency of this deck is shocking. It's pun intended. Pun intended. Shocking. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That was... Whew. If you want, we can try again. If you want to try a different deck, or have me play a different deck, I'm fine with that too. Or if anybody else in the chat would like to play a game, I'm more than happy to jam a few out. Definitely happy to jam a few out. That was jeez, Apocalypse, I'm sorry. That was a beating. That was whew. Like I said, that was probably the greatest set of plays that I've ever seen out of this deck. It was wow. I'm happy to play another. I'm happy to play another. As long as you are. As long as you're happy to play, I'm okay. But my god. What a... Whew. I still can't get over how good that was. You made some adjustments. I'll keep this. Oh. Yeah, I got there. I'll play Lava Runner. I'm so impressed at this deck. I can't get over how... Wow, like... Whew. The main thing that's shocking me, okay, the main thing that's shocking me here is I built this deck in 5 minutes. The only thing I wanted to do to the deck during that time is just remove 1 creature and add another creature. A single card. 1 card swap, like. And it's insane. God, the deck is nuts. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. I'm like, this deck This deck. You're definitely right to hit that. There's no denying that. That is absolutely the engine that makes this deck tick. Okay. Make good work of the board anyway, that's for sure. I really needed land there and I'm glad I got one. So, electrostatic fields, by the way, are in the sideboard of Thousand Year Storm. Because turns out an 04 is insane! An 04 is insane! There's a very real chance we just go off here. I mean combat, I guess. Yeah. I think I want to shock this guy. Feel anytime I see a Goblin Electromancer, it screams to me, I need this to stay alive. You know, like if that thing gets killed, the tempo play on that is just enormous. Enormous. Okay, let's see what we do. Oh. Is this just gonna work? Not quite actually. Not quite. There is a chance for you to survive actually. This deck feels a bit nuts. Honestly, it's pretty silly how surprisingly good this is. I think the thing that's going to win it for me is the electrostatic fields. I think they're the ones that have been putting in the serious Trojan work here. Okay, yep, that makes sense. It's a lot of birds. It's a lot of birds. Very lucky there. That actually was not very successful. What do I do here? Do I just attack? I could just attack. I could just attack, yeah. It'll force you to either trade with the Steamkin or trade a few things. Yep. Look at these birds, they look great. Look at those cool little blue birbs. Little blue birbs. Yep, that's fine. You're surprisingly... I know the fact that you are potentially dead to a top deck, but you're surviving surprisingly well. Considering that this has been essentially a freaking onslaught. Wow. Wow. Is this tide gonna be... How many instances have we cast so far? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've only cast 5. There's still like at least another 11 ways in which you like just straight up die. I mean, I guess I just... Ah, no, I'll leave it this turn. I'll leave it this turn. Very lucky. You're very, very lucky right now. Okay. Now things are getting serious. That represents a metric ass load of damage every turn now. Yep. And then you cast it. If you cast a burn spell targeting my face, that's another 2 damage, and then 4 from the birds. That's 8 a turn. I mean, you're on like a... Ooh. Ooh. GG. GG. You survived surprisingly long there. I was impressed. I was impressed. Once that gutter snipe hit the table, I was like, whoa. If he just casts like 2 spells now, I'm taking at least 8 damage. Like, that was good. That was good. You know what I love? I love how good standard is now, and how so many of these decks are just viable. Also, I have to give credit where credit is due. Arena is freaking sweet for this, because you can literally just throw a deck together in like 5 minutes and go, let's go with it. Let's just go. Let's see what happens. That's incredible. Like, if you try to do that on Magic Online, it's a nightmare. It'll take you hours to like brew together a deck, because you got to do it in like a notepad or on MTG Goldfish, and then you got to put that over into Moto, and then like if you do a rental system, just go rent from there. No. I would never brew through that. Never brew through that. Whereas this feels great. This feels great to do this kind of stuff. Really, really great. I am really enjoying these spell-based decks as well. Really, really enjoying the spell-based decks. The fact that there are basically actual combo decks in standard is great. But they are kind of janky, but at the same time they're proving themselves to be working. Like, Thousand Year Storm is not terrible. It's not tier 1 by any means, but it's not terrible. It is not a bad deck. And Machine Gun Burn, like, you've seen it. I think that's the highest win percentage deck that I have. Apologies, I was up very late last night, working away on stuff. Hey, just brewed on Moto. I never found a flow that I could get into with it. I never found like the workflow that suited me in that. So yeah, I'm happy to play Machine Gun Burn against any of your decks. Very, very happy indeed. Yeah, I'm all for playing another one. Have it set up and ready to go whenever you are. So anybody else watching at the moment, welcome along to the Jank. I'm your host Syvantir, and we are playing out some mostly spell-based decks. We were playing Quasibirbicate earlier on, or Quasibirbicate. Excuse me. It's always while I'm trying to do a little spiel to the camera that I end up yawning. I don't know why it is. This sounds fine. Hello, opponent. Yes, we're playing Machine Gun Burn. This is a deck of my design, and to be honest, I'm loving it. Yeah, I think I can. Yeah, I know. I'll do this first. Let's see. Is this the True Fire Captain combo? No, it's not. It's Jeskai. Okay. Yeah, I will cast Crush Through. I would really like a land here. But nope, not getting any lands, unfortunately. One of the first decks you made around the white pit. Okay, sweet. Does that mean I haven't seen this yet? I'm intrigued. I am intrigued indeed. Snipe. Yeah, I like the old cast a spell, deal 3 damage every turn. It's Pretty heavy. Ooh! Rude. Rude. I mean, it's still basically functional as a burn deck as well, so... It's pretty rough. Old Teffy, baby.
Trust me, you'll thank me later. Reverse!
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This deck just feels so... Oh, the velocity of it is insane. The velocity of it is truly insane. But it doesn't feel like typical mono red because there are so many games that you win where you just don't attack. You just don't attack. You're sitting there with 1 or 2 electrostatic fields and a steam kin or 2, and you just keep casting red cantrips, and oh, it's crazy. It's crazy.
I can no
Dancing the
longer
flame of
stand
Skald, are
by
we?
and watch.
I feel this is a... This feels very much like it's an exercise in futility, nearly at this stage. I know it's probably the best play that's available at the moment, but it's a bit unfortunate that it is. Oh, really trying to keep alive here. Really trying to keep alive here.
You know what? I'm not done yet.
Okay. Okay, okay. It's easy, guys. All we have to do is just, you know, land something. That's fair. That's fair. Sunbird's invocation.
Hold that thought.
All right. All right. Yep. You know, I can respect that. I can respect that. Counterspell. Yep. Sure. For a second there, I was wondering why is it showing me cards.
Let's skip to the good part.
My apologies. I was wondering why it was showing me cards. You're so low on health, it's practically infuriating. Gathering it gives you a turn. It gives you a turn. Oh, you'll run out of counters eventually. How many flame cows is that? Is that 2? Yeah, got 1 more in the deck. And that's okay. How many counters have been used so far? 1, 2, 3. Only 3
No
counters.
time for a break.
Okay. I mean, this deck did really want to just like finish the game. I'm surprised you managed to land a Sunbird's Invocation, to be perfectly honest, because oh boy. See, this is the thing I found about Sunbird's Invocation is it goes terribly in a control deck, because if you cast, say, like you did there, Chemistry's Insight, and like loads of the options are yeah, okay, like you get a Planeswalker this time, that's cool. But if you cast like, you know, like Chemistry's Insight and stuff, you end up hitting like a counter spell. It kind of feels terrible then, you know?
Right, it's best to call a pro. I know what I'm doing.
Unsure about Jaya, but I feel she needs the right spell-based deck. But just haven't found it yet, I think. 3 to your face. Ooh, you held on for a long time. I am impressed. I am impressed at how long that survived. That was better than I expected. That was better than I expected. That was cool. GG. GG. Yeah, I'm intrigued by the as you can see I'm a little bit choked on the rares in particular. The rares. Brewing this many decks, and in my research what I do is when I go to build a deck, I have to look up as far as like 5 or 6 or more decks ahead and see if any of those decks are going to use the rares that I need to get for this deck, and if they are not going to be used, there's a good chance that that deck just doesn't get built, because rare wildcards are so hard to get, and I mean, like, I've already sunk more than I care to admit. Let's put it that way. I've sunk more than I care to admit into packs on this in order to build decks for this channel. Wondering if that happens. That would happen since I spent all my money on joys for the counters. Yeah, makes sense. Sweet. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a quick game. It's machine gun burn. And I'm gonna bring it into just a friendly game with a randomer. And see what they make of it. And if anybody, and yourself included, Robin, if anybody would like to play a game, the game, just let me know. I am more than happy to be accommodating. This is fine. I mean, it basically looks like mono red aggro, but it's not. So the deck was based around someone not getting to play Magic. Sweet! Free win! I got it. That didn't feel so great though. I mean, like, you didn't have to get a reward. Okay. Aerial Engineer. This is just not a great card. Even the janky boys aren't too impressed by that card, because I mean, you got to set it up, and the setup cost is artifacts, which is not too bad. Payoff, 4/4 flyer for 4. Okay, it doesn't feel that great. Speaking of not feeling that great, I'm okay with one or the other of these, but you know what? If this is a removal heavy deck, then we're going to be happy of having these in hand. So I'm not super sad about this. I mean, they're all good blockers, so I'll keep it. I'll say hello to our opponent, and we will pass it on over. I'm really looking forward to playing those two decks now on the weekend. Yeah, I'll stick this out. This seems like it's going to be our best blocker for me, so I'll ship that over. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Blue Steel and Possibility Curse, because both are very sweet. I actually don't think I have been as hyped about a deck as I have about Blue Steel. If you're actually interested in seeing the list for Blue Steel, I'll happily bring it up after this game. It is just so slick. So slick. You know what, guys? I think I'm okay with just filling the board with blocker boys. And eventually, once I draw more lands, I'll just cast a few spells and win the game. No biggie. They're probably looking at the two of these being like, what is he doing? I don't know if they'd want to kill these. I mean, they probably feel real bad for killing them, I imagine. We're We're getting into double spell territory, which is great. We have a plethora of blockers now. Our opponent is probably going to start getting worried soon, I would imagine. Once I see this fire urchin followed by a shock and how big that's going to be, then you know what? I'm actually okay with hitting a Lana War Elves here, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. You know what? You know what? Let's just go face. Let's just try and close it out quickly. Alright, we got some damage going in. If they want to all jump under this guy, I'm kind of okay with that. If they also don't, I'm okay with that too. If the fire urchins, for me, they're very much like auxiliary creatures. Like, they're very much backup win cons. Like the backup win cons are get you lava and runaway steamkin in beatdowns. Like, if the fire urchins pump a couple times and they get in and take out some of their board, so to reduce their board presence, I'm fine with that too. I'm very much fine with that too. Essentially, if they want to spend their mana and their spells killing fire urchins, that is fine. That is fine. Absolutely fine. This is a bit awkward. I'm not gonna snipe. Next turn, I swear. Flame of Keld. Yeah, I'm okay for now. This feels like it's setting up for Flame of Keld to go off and just wreck them in like one swing, one single turn. Yeah, because I feel like I'm not going to attack here. I'm going to draw 3 cards. I'm probably going to pass the turn because I am going to let this go to 3. If this survives and gets to 3, I could probably win in like 2 spells. I would not be surprised if they were taking one of these now. Or, you know, just not. I don't feel they've got any good attacks either, so... This is gonna get very rough if this survives. Trigger. Now, it is very greedy to wait, but I feel the payoff is going to be spectacular if we do, so... The fact that they didn't take it out there and instead they allowed me to fill my hand back up suggests that they don't have removal for that yet. Yeah, this is going to be a 2-spell turn coming up. And it's going to hurt. It is really going to hurt. This is the reason why the Flame of Keld is in this deck, by the way. In case anyone wasn't absolutely sure why. This is why Flame of Keld is in the deck. Yeah, so that was 10 damage for 1 mana. And then 10 more damage. Win the game. Yep. It wasn't super spectacular, but it's a sign of what this deck can do. It is heavy. It is very, very, very strong. It's very strong. I am actually somewhat inclined. I have an hour left. Maybe a little bit more. Actually, probably a little bit more. I have an hour and a half at this point. I can stretch it on a little bit because my plans are slightly different tonight. I'm going to be going for food with a couple of friends. They'd invited me out because I hadn't seen them in a very long time. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't eaten out in a while. So what we're going to be doing is we've been playing a few games one way or another. We can do a couple of things. I'll take Machine Gun Burn into a constructed event because I've just gotten re-hyped on the deck and it's just sweet. Or I'll just play through a few games with if anybody in chat wants to play, just let me know. I'm happy to play it out. Play out a couple of games with you there. Not necessarily with Machine Gun Burn, but whatever you want to play against. Or we could play some more games of Quasibirbicate because it's a fun deck. It is when it's allowed to do its thing. It's pretty silly. But to give a bit of time for people that are in the chat if they want to sort of get things together in order to play a game or something, I will just play a couple of regular ladder games with Quasibirbicate. See if we can force some early scoops from Emulko. Or is it Emu Elko? This is so close to being good. This is a bad hand, but I really don't think I'd be happy going to 5. Yeah, okay. Hello, opponent. Excuse me. Over you go. You know what I haven't seen much of at all lately is the Mono Blue Tempo deck. Seen little to none of that deck anymore. If this is red, black, steel, and sack, I'm gonna be a sad boy. I mean, at least we got this, right? Yep. Yeah, this hand did not feel amazing. I feel like I don't know why, but I'm expecting like a captivating crew or something. I got a radical idea. I know it's using a treasure, but you know, whatever. Just being as efficient as possible. Our hand is not great. I'd be quite inclined to Quasi-duplicate the Sailor. If they want to try to kill it, that's fine. I'll just not let them. I feel like we need some sort of actual board presence to do anything here, but I am fully expecting this to be just red, black, steel, and sack. Like, I'm expecting Mountain Angrath. Plague Mare? Oh. Yeah, okay. That works. Charter Course is pretty good. I'm gonna go to combat first, though. Yeah, let's go damage. One charty boy. Island. Yeah, I'll pass it on back. The 4-mana open, I can anticipate maybe find something off that. See how that goes, maybe. still don't know what they're doing though. This doesn't feel like Red Black Steel and Zack. It's like Red Black Rando cards. Look for the burb. This looks okay actually. This looks very okay. My opponent really feels like they're sort of lacking in stuff to do here. Have they just got like a lot of removal or something? Like I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. This feels very strange. Can't say I am. Can't say that I'm 100% sure of what they're doing. Okay, well I'm going to Quasibirbicate the Murmuring Mystic. And I'm going to pitch this island. If I want to try and kill it now, that's fine. Or not. Or not. That's pretty cool. Still don't know why they haven't done anything yet. Gonna cast a removal spell at all, or yeah, I'm gonna cast Dive down. Even if they respond with a removal spell now, there's a good chance I can spell pierce it. I feel a scoop coming soon. I've noticed as well, this is something I was talking about before, the likes of Dive Down, Spell Pierce, you know, protection spells and counter spells. A lot of new players tend to get really tilted by them because they're one of those things you don't quite think of when you're I'm actually going to let that happen. I think I'm gonna let that happen. A lot of those things they're not really things that new players are used to seeing, so as a result they tend to get quite annoyed by them because they're not expecting them. And I can understand that. I can absolutely understand that. I feel our opponent's in a really bad spot here. Great thing about Murmuring Mystic against black is that A, it dodges Golden Demise, and B, it dodges Ritual of Sub. The birds don't. Now, unfortunately, the birds are always going to be dead, but there are worse ways to be. You know what, that's probably fine. Scoop-a-doop. Nice. Very nice. Slick. Okay. Okie dokie. That's cool. That's cool. I like this deck. It is a lot of fun to just jam around some silly games with it. Syvantir versus Shrap. Against Shrap. Yeah, this deck is so silly. It's really cool. I quite enjoy it. I also think this is a good hand. This is a good hand. There's no opt for the turn one, but that's fine. Oh, do you ever feel like some of the way through the day that you could go with a nap, like a little bit of a nap maybe? It's not often that I get that. It's not often at all that I get that, but I really feel like I could do with that today. You know, that kind of thing. You know, where you just feel a bit foggy, like right around here. You know, and you're like, but I could just go like this, and everything would be better. Yeah, I'll discard a Radical Idea for value. think I'll pass it back. I'll anticipate end of turn or blink any problematic permanents. Always. You always feel like that. Yeah. Maybe it's not anything to be concerned about then. I mean, to be fair, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I got, what, like 5 hours or something? Thereabouts. I'm starting to like Sailor. I know I said this already, but I'm starting to like Sailor Means more. Every time I get to cast him, I'm like, I'm glad you're in the deck. I'm glad you're here. He looks like an alright fellow. Did they see? Well, I don't understand what they. I don't understand what they were where they were going with that, but why that warranted. That's the power of Sailor Memes. You heard it here. Not just good in draft. Quasibirbicate. I did actually. I'm just gonna say, I wasn't a big fan of Ixalan draft. However, Rivals, when you could build a like blue-white control, or like Esper control, and it was called like chicken control because of Suncrested Pterodon, like the big like 2/5 flyer that as long as you controlled another dinosaur, and it was usually another Suncrested Pterodon, it got vigilance. Oh, it's just silly. They basically just blocked up the whole board, and then you just have like counter spells and removal spells, and you eventually win with them by just going doof, doof for 4-5 times in the game. It's very funny. Very funny deck. That was popularized by LSV through Limited Resources podcast, which if you want to know how to get better at Limited, they are the guys that I would recommend over anyone else. They are top-notch guys. They have we're against an actual deck. They're top-notch guys. They are very, very sound guys. Marshall Sutcliffe and LSV. I met LSV actually in Las Vegas, just after he won the old school championship. Did he win the old school championship? I think he did. In order to take part in the beta draft, which is really slick. I was busy talking. I should have opted last turn. But you know what? I'm actually kind of okay with saving the spells as long as I'm hitting my land drops. I kind of don't mind. Blink of an Eye is going to be reserved solely for you, my friend. It actually looks like LSV's build of this deck as well. But yeah, I was filming stuff for Jank Fireball, and it was the top 100 cards of all time. That videos that were on that was on YouTube on Channel Fireball's channel. We were in Masha Scanlon's hotel room in Vegas, which was very nice, very slick. And this is problematic. Yeah, it was very sweet. It was such a surreal experience. Basically we were sitting in a room with like Jerry Thompson and Reed Duke and like LSV and Mashi Scanlon and John Sasso and all these people, and like you're just like sitting there like eating beef jerky and like having a beer, and you're like, what is this? This is ridiculous. I feel like this blink of an eye is going to be coming out very soon. You know what? That's actually okay. It's actually okay. Now, the bad thing here is that I feel I can't really take a turn off for... I can't really take a turn off for Murmuring Mystic here. But... I also have to. So, this is the downside of this deck, playing against an aggro deck. There was definitely an argument alright for bouncing the Pride Mate last turn, and then opting, and then untapping and playing the Mystic. And I feel like this is going to cause me to get blown out here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, who runs that? I think we're dead. I think we're just straight up dead. We're taking 8, and then we're going to have an empty board next turn. Never mind, we're taking 10. Wow. Can we not die this turn? The answer to that is no. Well, hold on. There is potential. There is potential. But it assumes that they have no tricks. Actually, we might still be able to get away with it. We might just be able to get away with it. But even with this, it doesn't look super sweet because we're literally 1, so any amount of damage here at all and we are just dead. Okay, so we have 6. Oh, okay, we can blink of an eye. No kicker. Bounce the pride, mate. That's for sure. Quasi-duplicate once. We should have done Quasi-duplicate first. We would have had an extra blocker, but you know what? Live and learn. Live and learn. No attacks, and we will ship it on back. I feel we can survive this turn, and if we do, we're not in a good position. We're in a position. What is with this card? This card keeps popping up. But now they're kind of in a position where they don't have great attacks. Okay, well, I'm definitely gonna do that. Put this here, and put 3 here. If we get rid of the Banalish Marshal, the number of things in which we have to deal with, or a number of birds that we have to put under each creature, drops by a lot. So, anyone that's popped along, welcome to the Jank. We're currently playing Quasibirbicate in Standard. And yeah, it's pretty dumb. This regularly happens. We normally get to about 1 life and then sort of stabilize. So here's to stabilizing. Excuse me. No attackers. Problem here is they're at 34. What we need to do here is we need to draw a charter course. Discovery works too. We've now staved off their attacks for now, which is fantastic. Yep, I can definitely do it a charter course. This is quite nice, because if we go to attack with a single bird, to minimize the problems that we could have here, we need to get to make 3 more birds, draw 2 more cards, possibly make more birds. I don't know if they've got any ways to punch through for damage here, so this is beyond comical. I feel a scoop coming soon, like this. This is... Whew. Next turn they know, unless they wipe this board, they're gonna get another one of these bad boys. And 4 more birds. That's a minimum. I'm okay with opting first. Because even if I get a land here, I'll just pitch it to a Quasibirbicate. And that I'm okay with. The fact that they're not attacking is just beautiful. Beautiful. I actually don't think I want this. I'd rather get a spell. And you know what? Worst case scenario, just Quasibirbicate again. And now we're going to attack in the air for 11. So that's a thing. It's got to be a 3-turn clock. When life gets big like this, I tend to not really care too much. Mostly because we will make it up. Let me pull these bad boys back. I'm going to attack for 11 in the air. Let's see if our opponent has anything to deal with a metric buttload of birds. I don't feel like that's enough, personally, but okay. Hey, I mean, sure. Go to combat with a bunch of stuff. It's actually easier to get it done this way. I'm actually going to keep back a pile of birds in case they find some way of going to town on them here. Like, what's the worst I could do here? Is block one and seal away another? That's still 11 damage. 12 damage, sorry. Are they just scoops? I mean, it's sweeper or bust here, like. Sweeper or bust. I know it's a bit of a weird version of mono white, but this isn't far off actual proper white weenie. It's just slightly more life gain based, so as to help in the mirror, so this feels alright. What's great as well is they don't even have the option of like attacking in with this to they could, in theory, attack with this and this. Give this lifelink. Make it an angel, but I still don't think that's enough. It just delays the inevitable by maybe 1 turn, maybe. Oh, Webster, we hardly knew ye. All right, mono blue Quasibirbicate taking on white weenie and winning. Alright. Everdawn champion. I really wish that said prevent all damage. If that was prevent all damage, that's not actually that broken because it still dies to like. Okay, if that was 3 mana, 2/1 prevent all damage that would be dealt, that would be pretty good actually. I would play that for many different reasons. Because like, it's still removable. Like it still dies to like enchantment removal or like exile removal or like moment of craving, fungal infection, that kind of thing. I really wanted that card to be good. It's unfortunately just not, you know. But it just means that when it attacks and blocks, it just doesn't die. But I am surprised at this deck so far. The first game or two really worried me. Because I tested this last night. I test all my decks before I play them. I tested this last night, and it just didn't. It didn't perform the way it first did today, which was terribly. Okay, we're against Isaac. I see what they did there. They're probably IRL called Isaac, but they're Isaac here. We'll keep this bad boy. Say hello to our opponent, because, you know, that's what you do. Hey, they might have watched the stream before. Good old Isaac. Yeah. I'm gonna do an Oski boy, because we really need to find anything. Sailor's fine. Sailor is fine. Yar, I'm a sailor. Love means. I'm okay with drawing another land next turn, actually. Helps set up the turns. Shot, of course. Okay, so we're on Is It Drake's. Yep, this is okay. We're shaping up alright. We're shaping up alright. This seems fine. Play a Mystic. Then next turn play Island, Mirror Image, Chart of Course Opt. That seems like an explosive turn, and I'm looking forward to it. They're also going to get incredibly frustrated at the Murmuring Mystic if they don't kill it. Hey, yeah, you got it, buddy. You got it. They're gonna get so frustrated that they won't be able to do anything. So bottom that. Next turn's gonna be just as funny. I mean, if they've something like Fiery Cannonade or something main board, then sure. Or Beacon Bolt. Beacon Bolt takes care of these bad boys. But considering I've already got 2 here now, they're gonna have to spend a lot of time taking care of one of them. So, you know what? I'm okay with do I want to actually just dump them all under one? You know what? Yeah, fine. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. If you want to spend a spell taking out a token. Yep. Doesn't do a whole lot, but okay. So I'm going to Mirror Image. Oh, Quasibirbicate. What is this? Oh boy, we are taking Quasi-Duplicate for sure. Oh, we are gonna go to town on them. Oh, this deck is so good. It's terrible. It's a terrible deck. That is rough. That is rough. Not gonna lie. That's worrying. Trigger. Yep. Ah, the opponent says nice. At least I like it. Sure. So we go down 1 burn, we go up 3, so net increase of 2 every time we cast Quasibirbicate, except now we got 4, so now it's a net increase of creature we control. This one. Discard land. Take around Niv Visit. Sure. Take out another one. Why not? We're gonna be up 3 though, so just really dumb. I know attacks. Playing it fair, you can't do anything, Jack. You know, this guy totally stalled out and having a ton of 3 counters in hand, about 2 temp. Very emblems out. You monster. You monster. I see what's gonna happen here. They've a million tricks they can do here. They can attack with an Invisit. They can do this too. Niv Visit risk factor feels pretty good because they're just gonna do 4 to me anyway. In that case, I may as well just take 4 to the face. Yeah. Niv Mizzet is a natural hoser to this deck, that is for certain. That is for certain. They're definitely making mincemeat of our birds, our poor little birbs. If they cast another spell, they actually have lethal. If they cast a draw spell, that's lethal. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I would have hit a bird there myself because I'm tapped out right now. Gotten the damage through, but that's okay. That is okay. I have to draw a spell right now, so I need we're gonna. It's pretty rough. Pretty rough. It is unfortunate how we drew this time. I'm gonna get in for damage though, so. Yep, one to me, I assume, or one of those guys. Whichever. Yeah, one to the face. That works. Yep. It's just 2 damage already. What I'm gonna try and do is I'm gonna try and wait until they cast as many spells as I can. And then attack with Niv Mizzet, and then I'm going to try and cast spells. There's a very real chance that I'm just dead here. Just FYI. Niv Mizzet is a freaking monster. I feel like, because there's so much Niv Mizzet going around at the moment, I really feel like a heavy creature-based deck is good, and thus, obviously, kind of proving that Golgari is a good deck. So, do I spell pierce that one? I think I do. I mean, at this point, it kind of doesn't matter which one I counter. I mean, with a grip that big, like, they can do whatever they want. Niv Mizzet is a beating though. That's fine, yeah. Pretty sure I'm. They definitely have a 1 or 2 mana spell in here. Otherwise, they have a land. Yeah, I think we're dead. We would have very, very easily taken care of this deck if it wasn't for Niv Mizzet. Which I feel, to be fair, that can be said a lot of the time about a lot of decks, so it's no real surprise. No real surprise. GG, Isaac. You got that one. You got that one. So, what is the takeaway from this deck? The takeaway is this deck is not great. Dies very, very easily to. Dies very, very easily to Niv Mizzet in particular. Dies to Niv Mizzet. Dies to removal heavy decks. It's a little better than against Niv Mizzet. But I did try and build a similar deck before. This is it here. I ended up with Siren Stormtamers in this one and Surge Mares. Surge Mares are good. And are kind of alternate win cons, I guess, but in the end, I actually decided that the Cellar Remains was a bit better because it allows us to play super low number of lands, but then also still get a bunch of stuff. I ran counters and stuff in this. I sometimes when it comes to these kind of decks, I kind of sometimes prefer to be just more all in on the whole thing. But yeah, actually, Rocklips, if you're there, just let me know. Because what I'm gonna do now actually is I'm just gonna bring up Total MTG's Model Black Control list. What I did yesterday, I'm gonna clone it, and I'm gonna call this one. I could put down my own name, or I could just I'll put down just so we know, so there's no confusion. You gotta deck yourself before you can kill him. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna basically make my own version of this. The reason I'm asking if you're still there is if you like while you're working away there and stuff, I can bring up the deck Blue Steel, so that you can take a look at the deck and see what you think. I think you might like it. It's a weird kind of sort of middle ground deck. As in, it is a good deck. It has good cards. It's very strong. It has a proper game plan. It's got great synergy. It works really well. But it feels really janky, but also wins games. It's surprising in how good it is. Surprising at how good it is. So I'm looking at this deck. And this is my own sort of tweak of it, I guess. This is still the original build as it was at the start, with from Matt from Total MTG. And what I'm basically going to be doing with this, I'm just going to be sort of tweaking it a little bit, change around a few bits and bobs, and just seeing how it fares, how it plays out. What I think I'm going to do, first of all, I'm going to drop a Murder. I think I'm going to drop a Twilight Prophet. The Scriptures is good, and I think it's good as a one-off. I think there are one too many sweepers. Now, I know I'm going to say that, and then I'm going to regret it massively. But I'm going to drop one Ritual Assault. I feel Golden Demise is the better sweeper at this point in time. Particularly because of White Weenie, Mono Red Aggro, all that stuff is very, very, very susceptible to getting swept with Golden Demise, which is really cool. Also, there are times later in the game where if you have a Chupacabra or a couple of Dust Legion Zealots or something out, Golden Demise, you use that and it'll only take their guys out, which allows you to get way ahead on the board. Way ahead. I feel like one of the most important cards in this deck is Chupacabra. This is the card you want to see when you are playing against the likes of Niv-Mizzet. This is the card that you want to see when you are playing against the likes of Doom Whisperer. Anything. To be perfectly honest, anything. When you're playing against nearly any deck, with the exception of like super... My apologies. Super hard control. Like if you're against like super hard control, it's not the deck you want, or it's not the card that you want, because they're not going to have any creatures at all. But I feel like 4 and no less is what's required in this deck. Because I mean, even against control, sure. I mean, it's not 4 mana 2/2 sucks, but a lot of the time they're gonna be not wanting to counter this because they'll often feel like it's a waste of their counter spell. They want to counter something more impactful. That'll allow you to get a few hits in, to be honest. It'll allow you to get a few hits in with this. Because it's a control deck that still runs some creatures, so it's actually not too bad. Now, if we go up a Dust Legion Zealot, I am okay with having 4 of them. I don't know exactly about Archibald's Bloodfast in the main. I know against control it's insane. But I feel I'm going to actually pull that one out. We're still 2 cards short of the 60. Now, what I've noticed with black at the moment, the best point in the curve for black at the minute is 4. 4 drops are insane. You can see them here. There's Joseph S, Phyrexian Scriptures, Ravenous Chupacabra, Ritual Assault, Vraska's Contempt. These are all amazing. Deck yourselves to the fix that you threw in Nexus of Fate. You know what? That was one of the decks I lost to yesterday. Was Grixis Control, running one solitary Nexus of Fate. And you know what happened to me? Post board, they brought in Thief of Sanity against Thousand Year Storm. They stole a Thousand Year Storm from the top of my deck. They cast it, and then they untapped. They cast an Opt, and then they cast the Nexus of Fate, and it looped, and they got 2 extra turns off of it, and that was enough for the Thief of Sanity and the Nicol Bolas that was out to just beat me while I was tapped out for lethal, which is it's upsetting. But yeah, that was how that went. So that was terrible. Okay. To be honest, I think we can drop a single fungal infection. We're very high on the low end removal. We can either drop a fungal infection or cast in, and I feel fungal infection is a little bit better to take out. Like it's a better option. Not completely, just a single one. My reasoning for this is because I want to shore up any potential matches that we have against control. Because the matches that we have against control, they suck. They freaking suck. So what I'm gonna do is straight in 4 Kitesail Freebooters. I feel like even in aggro matchups, like you could take an Experimental Frenzy, you could take a Lightning Strike, you could take a Flame of Keld, you can take a Conclave Tribunal, a History Banale. You can take all of those out, right out from under them, before they have a chance to do anything. And even if they kill it like immediately, that tempo swing or the loss of the card, that is almost always worth it. And against control, it is just, oh, it feels good. It feels good. Now, thinking of it now, I could probably drop a single Dust Legion Zealot. I feel that is probably actually very close to what I want to do. You should have countered Bells Unlock instead of exiling him. Oh, so that you could get him back? Was that the plan, or what you were hoping for? Let's see. Okay, so what I think I want to do, because I am going to be sending this once I have this done, I am going to be sending this over to Total MTG, back over to Matt. Like I said yesterday, lovely guy. We are going to be playing this. We're going to be kicking out a game or two with it. We'll see how it goes. I think we'll see how it goes. Because I feel like they were correct. Actually, you know what? There's one other thing I want to do. At the moment, we are not seeing a huge amount of the likes of what's it called again? Search for Scanta. And that kind of thing. I feel like the Field of Ruin is not very, very necessary right now, so I'm actually going to kick that out. I would probably up the Arch, because we do need some card draw. The other thing that I was considering was to play around with the 4-drop slot a little bit, to try and thin it out a little and fit Karn in. I have put Karn in nearly every mono black deck that I've ran ever since Karn was spoiled. I was like, that's going right into mono black. Card advantage, win condition, everything. And yeah, it's good. It is just good. Karn actually as well. I'm currently playing some Karns in, well, I've relegated them to the sideboard now, but Affinity in Modern, I'm playing Karn there, and when he comes out, he often just like -2, make it 10-10, and you're like, okay, cool. I already thought I had enough trouble on my plate with all these guys and your cranial platings and your galvanic blasts, and now you've got a 10-10 as well that you are just gonna get another one of next turn. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, absolutely nuts. So what I think we're gonna do, yes, we're gonna drop down. We drop down the one. Sorry, itchy nose. We dropped down the one Field of Ruin, got up one Arch, because I think Arch is great. I think Arch is really, really great. What I'm going to do actually at some point, I'm going to look at I'm going to look at the old deck list files that I have and see if I can find my old mono black discard slash 8-rack prison lock kind of deck that I had for standard before. It was just after Dominaria. Yeah, it was just after Dominaria. Just after Dominaria, we had I had a mono black control deck that won off of the likes of Torment of Hellfire and that kind of thing. It was really cool. Or Torment of Scarabs. Most of the Torments, to be honest. I'll keep this. It's a little do nothing for a while, but our card quality is quite high. Card quality is quite high. Three of the best cards in standard in my hand right now. So this is not amazing. This feels like we need to get some action out ASAP. I actually think a Kitesail Freebooter's not that bad here. Because if they've only got one burn spell, we're just going to take it right out of them. Just wanted to torment people. That was it. I just wanted to torment people. Turns out I'm much nicer now, I think. Oh boy, could you not? We don't need lands. I'm gonna get rid of the shock and make them have to lava coil the Kaisei Freebooter. I feel that's probably fair. Wonder what they drew. To be fair, I loved that deck. That deck was 10 out of 10. You want to cancel with lightning to get back a shock? That feels okay, I guess. Boy, this deck loves drawing lands. That's a certainty. Yep, get out of there. At least we know their hand. Their hand is it's okay. It's okay. I mean, they could lava coil this or shock it. You know, that's fine too. I would have probably reserved the shock for the face. That's just me. Do we Eldest Reborn or do we cast down? I think we Eldest Reborn. I think we Eldest Reborn. Yeah. Suck it, dude. Mono black feels like it'll be a decent play. This mono black. Oh boy. Oh boy. Land deck, please. Can you not? I'm not sure. No. Graveyard. What can we do? What can we do? Chromatic Black Storm. What? I don't understand. I don't understand. So I can cast down something here. I mean, it's one of the only things I can do. So I can cast down something and then use Memorial to Folly to get back Chupacabra, then untap, play Chupacabra, bring something back, blah 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 blah. Yep. I was thinking Sovereign's Bite would be interesting, yes. And at least if you couldn't go off, it would definitely buffer your life total enough. Oh wait, no, I meant for them to draw cards. Ah, rip. Ah, rip. Well, feel free to type punt in. If no one else will, I will. Yep, that's a mess. That was unfortunate indeed. Okay, let's try it again. Let's try it again. There's a good chance that I might have to drop a land or two, because I noticed this when I was watching Matt's gameplay videos as well. I noticed that there were a couple of games where he was like, oh, we just need something to start turning the corner here now, and it's a land. And then he was like, okay, maybe this turn it's going to be, it's a land. And like constantly, land. Now, I mean, like, don't get me wrong, that can happen. And 24 is not an unreasonable number of lands. That is pretty fine and pretty normal, to be honest. But for some reason with this deck, I don't know what it is. I think I'll keep it. Have them think that we are on Golgari. Yeah, we think they're on Golgari. It's probably just mono green. Oh, I'll take a Vraska. What else you got? Walgrowth Walker, Chupacabra. This seems okay. I feel like I need more contempts, to be honest. Scriptures is a good old card to have here. Yeah, Arocalypse, did you know that Sovereign's Bite is actually seeing play in Modern as part of Rakdos-Burn? Because it's basically Black Lightning Helix.
This pain is our gain.
You also get access to the likes of Bump in the Night and stuff as well, which is cool. 1 mana, you lose 3 life. It's basically copies 5 through 8 of Lava Spike, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm not gonna block. I'll pick the 1. Nah, it's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. The one time I start talking about removing lands, and now this happens. I guess I'm going to combat. Wait, hang on a second. Should probably help pull her down.
It's just a flesh wound.
It's just a flesh wound. You see the Black Knight from Monty Python? Okay. The Planeswalker heavy version of Golgari always feels much tougher to beat. Because, for example, like with Vraska's Contempts, you pretty much have to save these in this deck anyway for the Planeswalkers, because there are just so many of them. Oh boy. I mean, sure, I guess. I mean, I don't feel like I'm under a lot of pressure life total wise, but that Vraska's gonna get big quick. Not to mention they've got a spare. They've got a spare, so yeah. 2 more turns and it's game over, basically. Like Vraska's technically a 2-turn clock right now. Yeah, no blocks. An argument can be made for Phyrexian Scriptures here. It's entirely likely that that's what I'm gonna do. I believe it's probably not a bad call. Now, if they have a trophy or something for this, then we're just kind of up creek without a paddle. But do we just get some damage in? Sure, why not? Time to test out the first edition of the deck. Okay. I'd be happy to have this game through, alright. Okay, they're using removal spells on creatures that they know are going to be removed next turn anyway. Unless they have an answer to this. Unless they know they're going to remove this. They can't do it with Vraska, so it has to be a trophy. Already know it's missing stuff. Needs Vraska. Which Vraska? Baby or big Vraska? Trophy it is. Yep. I will absolutely take action. Yeah, I'll get a land. Oh, Vraska's Contempt. Yeah. That is actually the first card that I went rares playset right now. And the mythic one was for me was Karn, and the uncommon was Chupacabra. They were the first playsets that I got. I was like, give me that. They're going to go in like 80% of my decks anyway, so why not?
Its pain is our game.
This is worrying. It's also kind of bad that Golden Mice doesn't actually kill any of these things, and oh, that's massive. Oh, I am stuck. This is a big problem. See, Golgari is so resilient. Like next turn they're hitting for how much? Minimum of 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. The only option we really have here is we have to contempt Vraska. But even then, they're just going to drop another one, and then we're really screwed. We don't attack anyway, that's for sure. We can block with the Dust Legion, though they're probably going to play Vraska minus her so that you can kill the Dust Legion and just get this game over quickly. If they do that, we are just probably dead.
Don't leave before I make you do it.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. It seems alright. Quick, Mr. Vampire, under that bus. Okay. What are our options here? Really feels like a Doom Whisperer needs to come out this turn. Yeah. Still, it's not even enough, to be honest. I should probably have Discovery first. See if I can get anything else, but I might have actually done it, but yeah, we could have cast Discovery. Yeah, that was the point. We could have cast Discovery, put 2 cards into the bin, drawn the Fungal Infection, then on combat, Vraska's attempt one of these, -1 on one, and then Sapperling under the other. We would have been able to mitigate all damage except for 1, and then we would have gained 2. Yeah, no, we're dead. We are rip. We are super dead. Because we know they have a contempt as well, so yeah, messed up big time on that one. Oh well. I do feel like Golgari is a natural antithesis to mono black control, even though we have exile effects and stuff, because it's just better.
Everyone is expendable except me.
It's just so resilient. Like, even if you anything you don't kill with contempt, you just good game, opponent. Yeah, because anything you can kill, they can just bring back, and yeah, it's very cyclical in that way. Yeah, it's just the way it goes. Just the way it goes. What time are we at here? We're just after 6 o'clock here at Irish time. So anybody watching at the moment, welcome along to the Jank Tank. We're kicking back, hanging out, and playing some games. We were starting off today with a weird deck, Quasibirbicate. It's basically make a load of birbs and make more birbs and more birbs and more birbs and then just win. A lot of the time we didn't actually get to the end game either because of one or two reasons. One, we lost, we just straight up lost, and two, we just started making like we use Quasibirbicate on Murmuring Mystic triggers to make birds, and then you jumpstart it, a trigger to make 2 birds, and then play it again, trigger to make 3 birds, and so on. And once we started doing our thing, it just started like people just scooped. They were like, you know what, I don't want to deal with this. which is fair. At one point, I think the maximum number of birds we got at any point was roughly 30 birbs at one stage, I think. They scooped. They just basically straight away scooped. I'm gonna kick this out. Testing out. I basically very quickly built, and I'm now testing out mono black control. Matt from Total MTG very kindly let me play his deck live on stream yesterday. Was it yesterday? I'm losing track of days. I think it was yesterday, and we were reasonably successful with it. That we did notice, and Matt said this as well, is that the weak spot in the deck is that it just falls over to control. So I've actually built my own version of it here, which seems very similar. Like I did think that we would have very similar deck building ideas and stuff, and it is very true. I think I changed a total of about 6 cards overall. I regret keeping the fans. It's all good. It's all good. Both of these are great. I'll take both. They are the 2 cards that I want to see every time I play this deck. Every time I play the mono white. I actually think I'm just gonna discovery here. I would like them to commit a little more to the board before I completely wipe it. I don't feel I need this, but I can keep this. I know it's a little greedy, but they're white weenie. They're gonna try and play as many things out as quickly as possible. Makes me want to kind of wait one more turn again, but I'll have a moment of craving for the next one. That's fine. Yeah, I'll golden white. That's gotta feel bad. They dumped out a lot of their hand. You know what? I'm okay with that. Oh, I've got a spell for you too, buddy. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast you down. And I'm gonna moment craving you. This feels like a decent matchup for this deck. This feels like this is the antithesis right now. Mono black versus mono white. Mono black's gonna have a good chance. I have no qualms in contending with Vanguard, by the way. I can actually wait. I can wait. Time for you to stream your league play. Good stuff. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm not even going to be on here much longer myself. Like I said, I'm going to be flying for a bit of dinner. But yeah. Good to have you on. Good games as well. Look forward to seeing you over in the show stream on Sunday. But good luck with the league as well. Good luck with the league. Man, how many Adanto Vanguards have we got? How many are there? Oh, who have we got? You got Leanne.
Hello.
Spills is here. You know what? I'm gonna scriptures. I'm gonna scriptures because they're probably not gonna be happy with that. fine, that's fine. Let's see what we got. See what they're gonna do. They're gonna just plunge right in here. Like there's no reason for them not to. What this means is that they're gonna pay 4 life to keep this around. They're also not gonna commit any more to the board right now. I'm okay with them paying 4 life because that puts them down again. That's fine. This is basically like a lava axe, so I'm kind of okay with that. So I'm going to cast Josuves. Just as he is. You know yourself. No need for kicker. Yeah, let's pass it on back. Oh my god, how many? That's 4 now, isn't it? That's gotta be 4. There's 1 in exile, there's 1 in the bin, there's 1 on the board, and there's 1 on the stack. Oh my lord. That's... I mean, this deck has been tweaked specifically to deal with this card, so I'm kind of okay with this. You know what? If you want to do that, that's a-okay. Yep. I could trade 1 for 1 all day. Yeah, get wrecked. Let's see if they're smart enough to not pay the 4 life. Yep, good stuff. Sometimes the opponent does not think it to be. They seem to think the fungal infection is like damage based, and then to go and pay the 4 life anyway, and then it just gets killed. So I'm often very okay with that interaction, as I'm sure you can guess. Also, 1/1s are the bane of Venanto Vanguards. No blocks. I will, however. Cool, so you now have no more Venanto Vanguards at all, which is the most problematic permanent in this entire deck. And a scoop. Yeah. That's how you beat mono white. Mono black. Okay. So, what are we doing? We are doing a bit of... I thought Spills was still here. She's obviously popped out. Yeah, so we're playing through a couple of games of mono black control. The one deck we want to see all the time is probably White Weenie. It just ruins their day. But, yeah, it's looking like a decent deck. It looks like a decent deck. Goblin Guide. Turn 1 Goblin Guide. All of my hands so far have been lacking entirely in early interaction, but you know what? It's okay. I think this might be the last game for this one. Yeah, I'm gonna say hello to my opponent. It's always good to say hello to your opponent. Let them know that you're a human. Okay, we're against control. We're gonna have a interesting game here. Yeah, that's Discovery. Folly's actually pretty good. Folly is pretty good, because if they counter something, we'll just get it back and wear out the counters again, so... the key cards in this matchup are the Eldritch Reborn, Kitesail Freebooter, and Frosty's Contempt. That's basically it. Aha! They might not be on control, actually. They're playing that. It's gonna be interesting. Discovery Dispersal. What an insane card. Let's get rid of it. I want to actually find some action, to be perfectly honest. I want to find something that we can get on the board and get moving. What we're gonna do here is we're gonna just do Zelda. I'm kind of okay with another land. Yeah, pass it on over. Jumpstart a chemist's insight, perhaps. Yep, you got it, friend. See what we do. So it's Grixis, anyway, that's for sure. They're not just jamming Discovery's Dispersal into an Izza deck for the lols, so. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. Feel like we could definitely be doing more to our opponent right now. Let's be as mana efficient as we can, shall we? I feel like I'm gonna get minimal use out of this if we just play it now. No, let's take out a Josie Vest. At least we've got a threat. We've got an actual legitimized threat. And this is a 4-turn clock as well, so should be okay. It should be okay, hopefully. Fight with fire? Have you got to fight with fire? Because if you do, then fair. My turn. Clever MTG, thank you very much for the raid. Thank you. Welcome everybody. This is the Jank Tank, place where I make mistakes live on the internet with decks that are really dumb, so that you don't have to do it at FNM. Let's stick out a Kite Sail Freebooter and see what you gotta say. What has your hand got, friend? Okay, you have an Eldritch Reborn. I'd very much like it for you to not have that. But what I'll do is I'll take the Moment of Craving for now. What is up? Thank you very much for the raid there. Welcome along, guys. I'm actually just getting to the end of the stream, unfortunately. But as a quick heads up, if anybody would like to hit a quick follow there, what we're going to be doing on Sunday, we're actually going to be playing some Modern. We're going to be playing two very weird decks. One is Possibility Curse, which is a prison deck that I actually devised myself. And the other one that we're going to be playing is called Blue Steel. Yes, like the face in Zoolander. It's basically a mono blue artifact synergy deck, and it is pretty slick, pretty slick. We try to aim to win the game with Traxos, Scourge of the Crew, which is pretty good. Okay. Small streamers' lives matter. They're doing a bit of damage to our board here. You know what? I think we can take it. And the reason for that is we can just go and swing in. Yeah. We can swing on in. And I think we can I think we can actually just pass it back. If they try and take anything out of our bin, by the way, we're super definitely activating this Memorial Folly in order to make sure that they don't get anything. be honest, I think there's a good chance that they might end up like whiffing hard on it, because the only thing that's in there so far is a Dust Legion Zealot. I'm okay with dropping a drop a Chupacabra. Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Clever MTG. Again, to be perfectly honest, it's coming right up to the end of my stream anyway. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it at all. I do very much appreciate it though. Thank you very much. It's very appreciated. I just wish I had a bit more time now so that I could show people what the beauty of the Jank tank. This is a place if anybody's interested in the future. It's a place where we chill. Like, as you can tell by the music, this is kind of the vibe we like to set here. We like to just send out some good chill feels, you know. We sit here, we talk crap in the we talk crap in the chat about anything that's related or otherwise, and yeah, it's just a good place to hang. Good place to hang. The stick around the Jank tank till I'm done. Sweet. I'm actually finishing up after this game, so you won't have to wait long. We were testing out a couple of decks today. We were playing Quasibirbicate. I keep saying this wrong. I'm gonna use Memorial Folly. And I'll get back to Chupacabra instead. And Quasibirbicate is basically play Murmuring Mystic, and then we can then you just keep casting Quasiduplicate on it, and yeah, it's pretty comical, to be honest. It's very, very funny. Yeah, you can moment of craving that. That's fine. I feel like they should probably want to do something here, but let me know if you ever want to do PvP together while streaming at the same time. 100%, absolutely. Clever MTG, one thing I do here that we do nearly every single day is I come on with a new deck. I play a couple of games in ladder matches, and then if anybody is watching, as long as they're not even subscribed, just followed to get a notification when we go live. All they need to do then is just put down the chat that they want to play a 1v1, and that's it. We play straight away. There are a couple of people on here. They've left a little while ago. Arocalypse and Smitty Puff Jr., a few of the other guys. They're regulars here, and they just come on and they're like, I want to be first in the queue. I want to play games. I want to play live. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. Very, very cool kind of vibe. Yeah, you can have that. You can have that old ritual assault, friendo. I'm just gonna gain the card advantage here, I think. It is awesome. It's you know what? When I started this, I actually did not intend for that to be a thing. But then I was like, you know what? If anyone wants to play, just play. You know, play. I'm fine with that. And yeah, it turned out great. I think what I want to do here is start laying the pressure. I'm gonna start laying the pressure. They're in a serious situation where they need to deal with it. I mean, like, the cards that they have in their hand are amazing. However, every single one of them is gonna just die to a Chupacabra. So I'm okay with losing a fungal infection. Boop. They cannot be in a good position right now. They just can't. God followers, champions of the parish. Nice. Humans a good deck. One of my best friends is actually just bought humans, and as soon as they bought humans, like, spirits just started like climbing and getting better and better and better. So I'm kind of like, spirits though. I personally prefer like just really disruptive decks, and humans does it pretty well, but spirits does it in an infuriating way. But that's sweet, yeah. Anyone that subscribes to this side is a savant. That's what we've got on this side anyway. I think I just wanna play Kitesail Freebooter. and steal their RAL. I feel they're not playing very well, to be honest. It feels like they're making mistakes, or they're... It feels to me like they are trying really hard to avoid getting hit by Chupacabras or Eldritch Reborns. But all that's doing is just guaranteeing that I'm getting damage. So... You want a PPTQ with humans, nice. To go to an RPTQ 421, that's pretty good. Drew Spirits, due to report site. Lost active company. I was on company, can be good, alright, yeah. Yep. I really feel they should have slammed their threats. I really feel they should have slammed their threats.
Yep.
Because the key
look good.
here is they've a critical mass of threats here. Like, I do not know why they didn't just try and slam something. Like, I feel a scoop coming on soon, because...
Charge energy equals.
There's no real way to actually close out the game now. Like, I have a one-for-one answer for every single one of the things that they have in their hand. This is for Nikki B. This is for Niv Mizzet. This is for... this is for Doom Whisperer. Or something else. I don't know what they're doing here. Doom Whisperer. Like, they have to slam something here. And if they don't, they're dead. I don't know, this feels very strange. Sure. Yeah, you can have a Nivy. Good old Nivy, baby. I love this. I love this art. This animation. So sweet. And a Doom Whisperer. Okay, yeah. You got my work cut out for me. That's for sure. You got the work cut out for me. They should have done this several turns ago. I really feel like they've been sandbagging these things too hard. I'm gonna play a Ravenous Chupacabra, take out the Niv Mizzet. Ravenous Chupacabra, I said this yesterday, my stock in Chupacabra has gone through the roof. It is just such a good, clean answer to Niv Mizzet. And cast down. And that's game? Yep, that's game. So, that was pretty sweet. That was pretty enjoyable. Choops. So, yes, now that I'm actually not paying attention. Ooh, we got a reward. We got a little reward. Dinosaur Stampede. I'm sure I can find some dumb deck to fit that into. But, yes, so what we're going to do is I'm just going to close this up here now, guys. So, quick little spiel about the channel. My name is Syvantir. Or Scott. Scott is my actual name. Syvantir. What I do here is I brew janky decks. Sometimes people that follow or subscribe, they throw a card my way. They're like Primal Amulet. Oh, I want you to make a Primal Amulet deck. Okay, I'll do it. I can't guarantee it'll be good, but it will be ridiculous and it will be fun. And that's generally the idea that the thing that I do here. People direct challenges become one of the things that people want to do here all the time. So the whole idea is yeah, basically sit here, chill out, chat, take it very easy. We don't really do things particularly competitively around here, but what we do is we do play more casual and more janky decks, but looking at it from a slightly more critical standpoint. So we look at it and go like, okay, what are the correct plays that we could make here? Almost taking a semi-competitive element to playing casual stuff. And I find that a lot of the more casual players that come along and check it out, they're like, I would have thought of doing that in a million years. Like, that's a different line that I never would have seen. And you see other people that are a little more spiky, and they're like, I mean, you are playing these like with the intention of trying to win, and maybe janky decks are a bit of fun. Maybe I will play janky decks instead of playing tier 1 all the time. And that's the nice bridge between casual and spiky that I really like sitting at. Like, I want to win, but I also want to play janky decks, so I try to do both. And it, contrary to popular belief, it can be done. But yes, my details are all down in the the info section there, just below on desktop, or just in the info tab on mobile. And Wander, welcome along. Don't worry, I feel that like there was a bit of a dip in viewership today, and to be perfectly honest, I was expecting it was because of the WMC. Like, I expected as much. I was half tempted to just not stream and watch it myself, but I've committed and I'm all in. But I'm actually just signing off now. We were just here for a few hours having some good streams and stuff. Yeah, Jank is a good break from Comp Magic. It's really cool. So what I am going to be doing on Sunday, if anybody is interested in popping along, we're going to be having a chill stream, same as normal, except what we're going to be doing this time is we're going to be doing Modern, and we're going to be doing two different decks. One is a Boros Prison deck, a budget Boros Prison deck that is in the paper world under $180. Yes, under $180, and it's a proper, legitimate prison deck. It has a way to stop your opponent from ever playing Magic in that game ever again. If you want more information on it, you can either watch this video back on YouTube later on when I upload it there, when I upload the stream there, or you can tune in on Sunday and find out what the story is with it. Also, we will be playing the next deck that I'm trying to currently make in paper, and that is Blue Steel. It is a mono blue, hyper synergistic artifacts deck. It looks janky as all hell. It looks like the most, like, you look at it and you're like, you've got to be joking. Like, what is this? You're trying to win with Traxos as well, by the way. Excuse me. One of the top win cons in it is Traxos, and put it this way, it is beaten Dredge in game 1. That's a game you're not really supposed to win against Dredge, generally. For a mostly creature based deck, you're generally not supposed to beat Dredge in game 1. But it does. It's capable. It is a good deck. It is actually properly good. Some people, it has been built before, and it's not my own thing. I actually got the list from Corbin Hosner, but it has been played before and has done very, very well. But it looks like a janky mess, and you're like, why are these cards? This is a heap. But once you look closer, you realize that it's actually insane. It is insane. Like, people, this is the kind of deck that's secretly comp. It's secretly a comp deck, but when you start playing it, people don't respect it, and that's where you take them by surprise. That's the kind of deck that I love. We're doing all that on Sunday. But signing off, if you want to join me on any social media at all, you can find me under Syvantir on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the other one, YouTube. Yeah, and that's it. To anybody that's come along today and joined in, thank you very much. Very, very enjoyable. If you guys want to come back on Sunday, we are going to be chilling out. We're going to be playing a few games and playing some Jank. We're also going to see how good of a brewer I am in Modern, because, like I said, that red-white prison deck is my own build. Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But until then, I will talk to you again soon, but I'm going to go off and get myself some nice dinner. Some nice dinner with a few friends I haven't seen in a while, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm going to see you on Sunday, hopefully, and I'll talk to you soon.